What up, what up, what up, what up, people? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's popping? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Listen, this video, this one right here is going to be packed filled with game. This is a lot of shit that I'm putting in here because I was like, I'm in a good mood. Let me extend the free line. You understand? Let me like give you guys some things that you would probably have to pay for. I'm just doing it for free today. Fuck it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm in a good mood. Let's make it happen. Let me give you guys some things that you guys could really sink your teeth into. And also too, because this is like a topic that a lot of people I feel, have issues with. They're like, I want to get the hot girls and the baddies and all that other goofy shit. And so, since you guys want that stuff, since a lot of guys are trying to make that happen, I was like, let me explain to you guys how to do this. It's so damn easy. You feel what I'm saying? It's so damn easy. But before we get into all of that, guys, you know what we got to do. We must. Let's make it happen.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Joe. You'd be 6'8", have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust. They just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
And you got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right. Oh, we gonna get deep today. Pause. We gonna go in today. I suggest you get your notepads out. Shout out to my dude Steve Redeem. He says get your crayons out. Because it's gonna go in, it's gonna go down. Listen, I was debating on should I do this or not, but I was watching somebody's show and they were talking about. They were like, yo, man, they was like, yeah, I could, I have an easy time getting like the average girls, but I was always having a hard time getting the baddies. And I'm just like, oh Lord, here we go. So I was like, let me do a show and just let niggas know how to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Because, the game is serious. This is why the game is so serious. I love it. I fucking love the game because once you know how to do shit, you just keep doing it and then you keep getting the results you want. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into all of that though, before we get into that main topic, I want to talk about something real quick. So the other day, right? It was yesterday. I put up a picture on the community page, right? And I was saying that, hey, the live stream is going to be later at 9 p.m., right? Because I was traveling or whatever. So I put up this picture right here, right? And this is a picture I took in, I think it was like, it was early 2020, like probably like February, like a month before the whole pandemic shit started happening. So I took this picture, and so dudes was on the thread making a bunch of comments like, yo, Locario's swollen. Oh man, see, it's all about looks and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just sitting there like, I had the sound effect in my head. I had the sound effects in my head, and I'm like, see, this is why you guys have to get my book, Looks Don't Matter. 7 Ways to Attract Women Without Your Looks. It's coming out soon, people. Coming out soon. But, so anyway, so this picture was up, right? And let me show you some of the comments that dudes was leaving. Now, first of all, I'm like, why are guys leaving comments and are so obsessed with men's looks? Let me tell you something. See, I don't necessarily think, let me just say something real quick. Let me say something real quick. Hold on. Let me take this off the screen. Let me say something real quick. I don't think guys are obsessed with men's looks, in the sense of, like on some, gay stuff. I don't think that's really it most of the time. I'm sure it is like that for in some situations, right? But the reason why men are so obsessed with other men's looks is because a lot of men think looks is the gateway, the easiest thing to get to pussy. They're like, well, if I look good, then girls are just going to throw the pussy at me. Right now, let me show you some of the comments dudes was writing, and I was just shaking my head, and I'm like, "Oh my god, these guys are goofy with the bullshit." So somebody says, "No wonder you're so confident," and then this other person replies and says, "Yes, he undermines body game, which is largely responsible for a man's confidence." So basically, he's saying, "Well, I'm confident because I have muscles," right? Which is not true. See, listen, let me tell you guys something. This is really just genetics, if I'm being honest. Like, I work out and I do that type of stuff, and mainly I work out as much as I do now because I'm getting older. I'm 40 years old. You understand what I'm saying? So I go to the doctor, get checkups, and they're like, yo, bro, you got to start, doing some more cardio. You got to start doing this. You got to start doing that. Your cholesterol's all fucked up and all this other stuff. So I'm in the gym, not because I really want to, but because I feel like I have to. And I'm not there necessarily just to get my body right to look to get chicks. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I get chicks off that's a benefit. Cool. You understand what I'm saying? And women will like you or be attracted to you and attracted to your body if your body looks a certain way. That's true also. The problem is that if you are thinking that you're getting your confidence through that, then you're really not confident. You understand? Because see, this is the thing. I don't have a six pack. I'm not like super cut and ripped and all that other shit. Like, just if you was to see my dad, he's, in his mid 60s or whatever. And my dad just has, muscles in a way, it's just genetic shit. Right. And, I work out too. So that also helps it. But what you got to understand is that a lot of times these guys, they think that it's just about the looks. Now, let me show you this next comment. And I was just like, this right here. I was like, oh, these guys are super goofy with it. Right. So the same guy says, and this is why Mr. Locario is full of shit. Undervalue appearance when it is his appearance that aids in his confidence and is responsible for 70% of game. He goes out of his way to look the part, then turn around and says, looks don't matter when your looks is what matter most to women. I got to hit the button again. Hold on. So he says that my appearance is my confidence and is responsible for 70% of the game. You guys make me sad, man. Why you guys got like, what are you talking about? Okay, think about this. See, a lot of guys think, oh, well, you look good, everything's gonna fall in your lap. Okay, if this is the case, why would I even be telling y'all about approaching women or cold approaching? Why would I say that? Why would I say that? If all I had to do was like get in the gym, work out, and look good, and I just chill. You understand? Why would I be telling you motherfuckers to go and cold approach and do all this other shit? Because understand this. When I'm coaching you guys, I'm coaching you from my experience. So if my experience was just, oh, I'm just chilling back and I get chicks fucking with me because of my looks, why the fuck would I be telling y'all to go cold approach and do all this other shit? Huh? Now, if it was just about my looks, why have I been getting rejected as much as I have been getting rejected over the years trying to get with girls? Huh? So of all the women that I approached and talked to, how come I get all these rejections? How come I gotta fucking, approach and talk to a whole bunch of women? How come? How come when I set up dates, chicks flaked on me? How come chicks ghosted on me? Huh? You understand? Why? Well, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if that's the case, why is it that all of these things that dudes complain about, I'm still experiencing them? And even the guys that call up to the show, because you could go check the archives and all of that other stuff, dudes is like, yeah, bro, I'm a good looking dude, but this is happening and that is happening. You understand? So I have to work just like every other guy has to work. Now, were there situations where chicks, they saw me, they were attracted to how I look, and that made it easier for me to close the deal? Yes. But understand, that is the smaller percentage of situations that happen. Smaller percentages, because look at this next thing this guy writes. So the guy responds to the guy and he says, Mr. Location. Well, he's probably saying Mr. Locario. It always spell checks location. But anyway, he's basically, Mr. Locario always contradicts himself. If you look at his past videos, you'll find that he was talking about choosing signals and high value men, things he pretends to denounce these days. Oh my God. Guys, there's a thing called context, people. Thing called context. See, when I would talk about choosing signals back in the day, I would say what choosing signals were, because choosing signals is a thing that happens. When I was talking about choosing signals, I was not telling guys to not approach women and to just wait for choosing signals, because that's fucking stupid. You understand? Because it's retarded. Because what happens is, when it comes to choosing signals does not happen often enough for you to rely on that. Just like a chick or women in general just fucking with you because of your looks does not happen often enough for you to just rely on that. You understand? See, shout out to my dude, Alan Roger Curry. If you watch Alan Roger Curry, right? Alan Roger Curry talks about how when he was in, I think, his senior year of high school, where chicks would just like be going crazy over him because of his looks and all that other stuff, right? Like approaching him, trying to get at him and all this other stuff, right? Now, Alan Roger Curry is how old? In like maybe his 50s or something like that, his late 50s, if I'm not mistaken. So if he's talking about his senior year in high school, right? And chicks was trying to get at him, that's 1 year of his life where that type of stuff was happening. 1 year. Now, I'm sure he had other times where women were physically attracted to him and they, tried to get at him in that way. But what he's saying is that in that 1 year, that's when it was happening the most. So that means that in other years of his life, it wasn't really going crazy like that. So, of course, some women were probably physically attracted to him and sexually attracted to him. But what I'm saying is, for guys to actually look at the looks thing and make that the sole thing, you are fooling yourselves. You're fooling yourselves. You understand? Because as much as women would be physically attracted to Alan Roger Curry, there are certain women who rejected Alan Roger Curry, certain women who rejected me, certain women who rejected Miles, certain women who rejected EO, certain women who reject Kay Zagan and Steve in 1950 and so on and so forth. Right? So a lot of guys, what they do is they try to use this thing of looks as the main fucking thing because they don't want to have to put in any work and understand work has to be put in. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me get back to the wait, this guy, because he said you're always talking about choosing signals and high value man and pretense and announce those things. Now, back in the day when I was talking about being a high value man, that was something that's been talked about before I even fucking really got heavy on this shit. But it was talked about in the context of you being a guy that women see as valuable in the context of sex, dating, and relationships. And then what happened is that now, it's gotten to where dudes are just talking about it in the sense of, fucking, having six figures and all this other goofy shit. You understand? So a lot of times, man, dudes, they take shit out of context. They don't know what the fuck is going on. And they don't realize that if you're a man, you got to put in fucking work, period. You got to put in work. Like, I don't understand why dudes just assume that they don't got to put in any work. Like, you have to put in some work. You understand? But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into what we're really here for. Okay, let's go into learning how to get the baddies, the hot chicks, the dimes, all of that other shit that all these guys yearn for. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my new Miles Cunningham in the building. Get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Get the likes up, people. All right, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to teach you guys how to get the baddies, and I'm going to do this in 7 simple steps. You understand? I have to make it to 7 because a lot of dudes, are beginners and they have trouble with certain things, so I got to take it all the way back. You understand what I'm saying? I got to take it from the ground and build it up so you guys can understand. And I got some slides so that I can show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. So, make sure you guys take notes because this is some serious shit. So I'm really going to break it down like how I would on Patreon or even a Bad Boy membership and shit like that. You understand? Giving away this free game to you guys so you'll make it, you make it happen. So make sure, and this is what I want to say before I get into this, right? I would hope that you guys would actually do what I'm saying in this video. You understand? Because none of this shit is going to matter unless you do what I'm telling you. Unless you actually take heed to what I'm saying and try it out, implement it in your game, it's not going to help you just to hear it, listen to it, and then forget about it. Or hear it, listen to it, take it in, but not use it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to, go through this. And I'm going to, explain this stuff right here. Okay, so let's just start this and get this cracking. So now, how to get a baddie in 7 steps. Let's go in. Let's go the fuck in. We about to go in. Now, I'm gonna try to be as thorough as possible with each step so you guys can understand, what's going on. You understand? So we can get this cracking. Now, step 1. Hold on, let me take this off real quick so we could see everything. Hold on, give me a second. So we could see everything. You feel me? All right, so step 1, work on your mindset. So you have to think and believe you're the type of man women want, right? So I actually talk about this in my book, How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day. But you have to work on your mindset. You have to think and believe you're the type of man that women want. So what you have to understand is this, right? And I'm going to talk about mindset, and I'm going to also talk about like actual steps that you can do, like practical things you can work on. But the mindset is the first thing that you have to work on. You have to understand, and you have to be the type of guy who's confident enough to make this happen. Because the basis of this is confidence. If you're not confident, none of this shit is going to work for you. So this is why I always have to start with the mindset. I'm going to say that again. If you are not confident, none of this is going to work for you, period. So you have to think and believe that you are the type of guy that women want. But you're like, Locario, I'm not that type of guy. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a loser. I'm an incel. All that other shit, right? What you have to understand is you have to say to yourself, I am the type of guy women want. I don't care if you look at yourself in the mirror and say it 100 times. You have to say that stuff, even if you don't believe yourself right now as you're saying it. You understand? You have to think it first, and then you have to start believing it. Now, what's the funny part is you'll probably start believing it once you see that you're getting results, but you should start believing it even before it's happening. You understand? This is the basis of the confidence. This is coming from within you. This is why a lot of dudes don't understand the game, because they're like, well, confidence is bullshit and it's all about looks and yada, yada, yada. They're not at a certain level in their mind to understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have to think and believe you're the type of man women want. Right now, if you want to get some sort of reference, for this, if you're the guy, like, let's say if you're a guy who had a girlfriend before, or had a chick you messed with, or had a girl who fucking, sucked your dick one day, whatever. She don't got to even be the baddest chick, but any woman who has shown you any type of fucking attention and time and was attracted to you, any woman. You understand what I'm saying? Any woman. So you can use that as reference. You'd be like, oh yeah, last year that girl I used to hook up with, she used to come to my crib and we used to get it popping. Right? You can use that to start to believe that women want you because you have evidence that it happened. Now, if it didn't happen, it's okay. If you're a guy who's not had any girls, whatever it is like that, you still want to have the thought process that women want you, right? And one of the things that you can start to do first is look at yourself and then go down a list of things that you like about yourself and think about things that make you interesting. Right now, there's going to be guys that say, well, nothing makes me interesting. I suck. I'm corny. No, there's something about you that makes you interesting. There's something about you that you like. There's something about you that you think is cool, something about you that you think you're good at, whatever. Right? But you have to think about that and say, okay, cool. This is something interesting about me. I'm interesting. Therefore, I can get women who are going to be interested in me. You understand? Now, what I want you guys to understand is this, is the first step is you have to think and believe this. You have to say it to yourself a million fucking times a day. I do not care how many times you say it, the more the better. I'm the type of guy that women want, period. The problem is the reason why guys can't get hot girls is because they're saying to themselves, hot girls won't want me. So those guys, they'll get girls that they think are average. They'll get girls that they think are whatever, but they won't get the hot girls because in their mind, they think that hot girls won't want them. So therefore, it's hard for them to get hot girls. So what it is that the same way when I'm talking about, you have to think women want you. If you're trying to get baddies, you have to think that hot girls want you. You understand what I'm saying? You have to think hot girls want you in order for you to pull this off, in order for you to get this, right? And remember, the mindset thing is important. Now, let's move on to step 2. Now, this is extremely important. So after you understand and you think and believe that women want to get with you, the hot girls want to get with you, you can make this shit happen, right? The second step is this. Understand a woman's attractiveness is all in your goddamn mind. All right, let me break this down. Understand a woman's attractiveness is all in your mind. Now, understand this. This is the basis as to why most guys have trouble getting hot chicks. Follow me here. what happens is this, right? Let's say you got a girl named, like Jessica or some shit, whatever, right? And you see Jessica and you think Jessica's like a dime, right? But I see Jessica and I think Jessica's like a 6. You understand? Certified Tyrone thinks Jessica is a 7, right? Monogamous player thinks Jessica's a 5. But you think Jessica's a dime. You think she's a 10. You understand what I'm saying? So is Jessica a 10 or is she a 5 or is she a 7 or is she a 6? She's whatever she is to the person looking at her. So to you, she's a 10. So what happens is that because you might think that it's hard to get dimes, you're going to act as if it's hard to get her, meaning you're going to be nervous when you talk to her. You're going to be scared to talk to her. You're going to feel some type of way thinking she's out of your league or whatever the fuck it is, right? And remember, I said you have to think and believe that these women want you. And you're going to think Jessica might not want you because she's too hot. Also, what happens is this, is that a lot of guys think because a woman is hot, her like personality or basically they think that she's going to act a certain way based off of her attractiveness. So because he thinks that she's a dime, he thinks that her attitude or her thought process is going to be a certain way. He's like, oh, well, she's a dime. That means that she's only going to like a certain type of guy. Oh, well, she's a dime, so that means that she's gonna expect me to wine and dine her. Like I can't just like tell her I want to have sex. She's a dime. I gotta actually like treat her a different way. This is what guys will think. You understand? And so when you think this way, this is the type of shit that fucks you up because you don't understand that her attractiveness is all in your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because that girl you think is a dime, Jessica, it's not a fact that she's a dime. It's only your opinion she's a dime. You understand? So because there's no fact that she's a dime, therefore you thinking that you have to get at her a certain way or it's going to be harder to get her is an illusion. Because if dimes are hard to get, but a woman's attractiveness is in your mind, which means that there is no fact a woman is a dime, then how can you say dimes are hard to get when dimes don't exist? You understand? Think about that. If there is no fact that a woman is a dime, then how can dimes be harder to get if there is no dimes? Huh? See, it's all in your mind. So what happens is that because it's in your mind, you act differently. You're nervous around Jessica. You don't know what to say around Jessica. And then therefore Jessica doesn't like you. And then it reinforces in your mind that dimes are hard to get. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I want you guys to understand is that once you realize that it's all in your mind, then you can relax and chill and be like, well, wait a second. Yeah, I think she's attractive, but I don't have to attribute all of these thoughts of other shit that I think is going to happen because I think she's attractive. And then that calms you down and relaxes you and you're able to interact with her on a just a chill basis. So you're not saying, oh, she's out of my league because she's a dime. Oh, she's gonna only like, because this is what guys, it's so funny. Guys feel it's like guys think they know women. They're like, well, she looks this way, so I know her whole story. I know exactly the type of guy she wants, which is not me because I'm a loser and I'm insecure and I don't believe in myself, right? He's like, oh, she only wants Chad and Tyrone. She's only going to want a guy who's 6 foot tall with a 6-pack and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, dude, how do you know this? How do you know what she likes? Did you talk to her? Did you approach her? Did you interact with her? You have no fucking idea what this woman likes. And then on top of that, you saying she's a dime is your opinion. That's it. It's your opinion. It's your opinion. See, anybody that says, oh, but no, Locario, there's, like chicks who are objectively hot. No, there's not. No, there's not. No, there's not. I don't care who you think is a dime. There's a bunch of motherfuckers that be like, no, she's not. And then I can say this chick is a dime and they be like, Locario. So when dudes call and talk about, Locario, bro, I just see you with average women. Average to who? Average to who? You understand? Average to who? You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing where dudes have to understand this shit is subjective. And then because it's subjective, you are the one who places the rating on her. You understand what I'm saying? So that's number 2. That's the second thing, the second step you got to understand. Now, let's move into step 3. Now, this is very, very important. Step 3 is recognize that your ability to get the hot women you want is directly correlated with your confidence. Recognize that your ability to get hot women you want is directly correlated with your confidence. Now, earlier, remember I said I was watching someone's show and they said, yo, I could get the girls who are like, you know, the 5s, 6s, and 7s, but I can't get the 8s, 9s, and 10s. See, the reason why he can't get the 8s, 9s, and 10s is because he's not confident enough to get the 8s, 9s, and 10s. He already said to himself, I can't do it, or it's not going to happen because the 8s, 9s, and 10s are up here and I'm like down here. You feel what I'm saying? So I can only get the 4, 5, 6s and all of that other shit, right? So the women you're able to pull is directly correlated with your confidence. You understand? So it's not that you can't pull the dime because she's a dime and dimes are harder to get. You can't pull the dime because you're insecure. It's that simple. You can't pull the dime because you're insecure. It's that simple. And I'm gonna explain to you how in a second when I get to the next steps. It's really that simple. Your ability to pull the chicks is correlated to your confidence because your confidence is going to give you the motivation to make the moves you need to make. You understand? The confidence gives you the motivation to make the moves you need to make because a confident dude says, listen, all of these women want me. You understand what I'm saying? And see, this is what you have to understand about getting baddies, right? It's not about getting that one particular girl. It's not about getting Jessica. It's that if you don't get Jessica, you can get other women who are as hot or even hotter than Jessica, meaning that you can get another one. So if this one don't work out, I'm gonna go to the next one. It don't even matter. You understand what I'm saying? It don't even matter. So it's not about getting this particular girl or that particular girl. It's about understanding that you have the game to get the types of women that you want, the types of women that you think are attractive. You see what I'm saying? But that goes with your confidence, though. It's directly correlated to your confidence. The more confident you are, the hotter women you'll be able to pull because you're going to be able to have the confidence to go and pull them. Most guys don't get hot girls, not because they can't get them, but because they won't get them. Hope that didn't fly over your head. Most guys can't get hot girls, not because they can't get them, it's because they won't get them. And what that means is that they won't move their feet and go and talk to the fucking hot girl. Because they're scared, and they're scared because they're insecure. Their lack of the women that they want to get is directly correlated to their confidence. So if you're the type of guy who's insecure, you're not going to go and approach the hot girl, which is why you're not getting her. This shit is simple, guys. I don't understand why dudes don't understand. This is so simple. This is so simple. Now, let's move on to number 4, the 4th step. Let me explain this. And this is going to correlate to what I said about, actually interacting and approaching a woman. Now get ready for this, because this is where you start actually making the moves and doing the stuff. So all the other stuff I was talking about was the mindset. Right? Now I'm going to talk about what you actually have to do. Right? And so this is for you guys who want to start really getting hot chicks, really talking to bad joints and getting hot girls. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, most dudes ain't gonna do this. I already know. Most dudes ain't gonna do this. They're like, yeah, this sounds good, but I just can't. I'm too scared. But let me tell you, if you do what the fuck I'm saying, you will get hot chicks. Now, number 4, only approach women you think are hot for the next 6 months. Only approach women you think are hot for the next 6 months. Now, it's gonna get even trickier. It's gonna get even trickier because I'm about to tell you some shit you don't want to hear. It's gonna get even trickier, right? So when I say approach women, only hot women for the next 6 months, right? What I mean is that let's say you start today, right? You should do this up until July. It's on the end of January, do it up to July. Now, this is what you have to do. It's gonna get even trickier. Let's say you got a rotation of 3 girls. And let's say all 3 of those girls are girls you don't think is hot. Guess what you got to do for the next 6 months? You can't talk to them, meaning you got to let them know, hey, look, for the next 6 months, I'm actually, working on something. So I can't really holler at you, but I will holler at you in the summer. Let them know, hit them up, be like, listen, I can't talk to you right now. I like you. I want to see you, but I can't see you right now. You understand? So you have to burn all the bridges with the average girls, right? Now, let's say you don't have a rotation. You just out here chilling. You ain't really fucking with no girls right now. You're only supposed to approach women and talk to women who you think are hot. You have to be honest with yourself. These are the 8s, 9s, and 10s that you think are the hot shit. Only approach those women and talk to those women, interact with those women, go on dates with those women that you think are hot. If they don't pass the 8, 9, and 10 in your mind, you can't fuck with her, period. So what does that mean, Locario? That means that in the next, let's say 3 months, let's say you start this in the next 3 months, if you can't get a hot girl, then you just can't fuck. So that means you can't go back and run to your roster. So those average girls, those 3 average girls on the roster, you can't fuck them. You understand what I'm saying? You can't fuck, talk to, look at, spit at, no average girls. Only hot girls for the next 6 months. And what's going to happen is this. If you really stick to this, what's going to happen is that you're going to have to talk to hot women. You understand? Then what's going to happen is that when you're talking to hot women, you're going to realize, and this is the key, and this is what I talked about before, you're going to realize that talking to and interacting with and fucking with hot women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to realize. It ain't shit. But you need to immerse yourself in it to realize it ain't shit. You understand? But see, right now you think it's the shit because you're not doing it and you're able to fall back on the average girls. See, now if you have no girls to fall back on and you have to go out there and talk to the hot girls, the baddies, right? That means you have to motivate yourself to get shit popping and make the shit go down and get it done. You understand? But see, what happens is that a lot of guys ain't gonna want to do that shit. Think about how you have the amount of motivation, confidence you need to be able to only approach, talk to, interact with. And this is what I'm saying, even online. If you're hitting up chicks on Instagram, if you're hitting up chicks on online dating sites, only 8s, 9s, and 10s, only the ones you think are hot. Only the baddies for the next 6 months. If she's not a baddie, you can't talk to her. I don't care if an average chick gives you choosing signals. I don't care if an average chick comes to you and said, hey, I just want to, I would love nothing more than to suck your dick and pay your rent. No. You understand what I'm saying? You can't fuck with her. You got to be like, holler at me in July. I can't fuck with you right now. You understand what I'm saying? Only baddies, only for the next 6 months. So what happens is that now you're forced to talk to the hot chick. Now you have to interact with the hot girl or else you ain't gonna be fucking with no girls. And then this is the crazy part. You'll actually get the hot girl because all you're fucking with is hot fucking women. You understand? All you're fucking with is hot women. So, and remember, it's only for 6 months. Right? You don't got to do this for the rest of your life. I'm just saying that you have to take some time to talk to those girls. That's it. You can't talk to any other girls. And the reason why is because you have to, 1, do it so you realize it ain't shit. 2, so you only are interacting with hot girls so that if you get the girl, you're getting a hot girl, right? And what it is that you're going to be able to get used to talking to hot women so it desensitizes yourself from the amazingness of her being hot. You understand? Because right now, a woman being hot to you is everything. You're like, oh my God, she's so bad. Oh my God, I want her. Oh my, you understand? But when you get used to dealing with hot women, it loses its oomph. You're like, yeah, she's cute, but yeah, that's cool. It's whatever. Like, yeah, I'm still attracted to her, but I'm not like going crazy. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Now, that's step 4. Now, step 5, this is when you're actually talking to the women, and this is what you need to do. And I'm going to get some calls right after this. So, guys, you can call up 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224 if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. So let's go to step 5. So step 5 is evaluate her by questioning her about her character. Evaluate her by questioning her about her character. Now, let me explain what this is. Now, when you approach the woman, right? When you approach the girl and y'all having a conversation, you're at a bar, you're at a club, you're at an event, you understand, where you actually have like, time to talk to a girl. Even if you're in the street, you talking to a girl for a few minutes, whatever it is, right? Like that, right? You can, no, it's not negging certified tyrant, none of that PUA shit. Now, so you can talk to the girl, flirt with her, and do all of that shit, which is what you should do. But one of the things you have to do is evaluate her by questioning her character. Now, why do you do this? The reason why you do this is because of this, right? Now, let's say you meet a chick and you think she's a dime, right? And what happens is that the other guys who think she's a dime, what most of them are going to do is they're going to act the same way towards her. And usually what they're going to do is they're going to act like little pussies. They're going to fucking tiptoe around her. They're not going to know what to say, right? They're going to be all kissing her ass and sucking her butt, probably simping, tricking, doing all this other stuff, right? Now, you'd probably be doing the same thing too if you didn't listen to what the fuck I'm saying now, right? If you ain't had no game. So now what happens is that when you're evaluating her by questioning her about her character, what you're doing is you're taking her looks and you're putting it aside for a second, okay? You're taking the looks and you're putting the looks aside for a second. Right? Now, what you're doing when you're evaluating her character, and this is what you should be doing anyway when you're talking to women in general, is what you want to do is you want to see if you actually like who she is beyond her looks. Now, when you're evaluating her character and asking her these questions, what you're doing is actually trying to get to know who the fuck this chick is and what she's about and what's going on in her head, right? So you're questioning her, you're asking her certain things, right? And the things that you're asking her and questioning her about should be also based off of what you want or like in dealing with women, right? So let's say, for example, I had a friend where he was talking about, hold on, what is blue? Is this Costas? Costas, get out of here. I'm not even gonna talk to you right now. But anyway, let's say, because I had a friend who was like, he really likes to fuck with chicks who had a father in their life or some shit. You understand what I'm saying? And he also liked chicks who were very sexual. You understand what I'm saying? And he liked chicks who were kind of smart, who read books and all of that. So now he likes chicks who live with their dad. I mean, not live with their dad, but had a dad in their life, is well-read and who's sexual, right? So now what happens is that when he's questioning her, he's asking her questions in general, but also he's asking questions based off of the shit he likes, right? Now, what happens is that when you're questioning a woman and you're evaluating her, what it is that it puts her almost in the hot seat, meaning like now what happens is that she's like, okay, this guy is different than all the other losers who be kissing my ass and sucking my butt because you're not fazed by her beauty. And then what happens is that when you're asking her questions about her, she's like, oh, this guy must actually care or give a fuck about who I am beyond just how I look, which already gets her attention, right? So now when you're asking her these questions, you're like, so did you grow up with your dad? Like, was your father in your life? And she'd be like, oh yeah, well, my dad, he was around and we did this and we did that and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And you're like, and you say to her, you know what's really sexy about a woman? I love a woman who reads. Like, what's the last book you read? You understand? She's like, oh, well, I haven't really read a book in a while. I don't read that much. You're like, wait a second, you don't read? Come on, stop it. Like, why don't you read? You know what? You need to read a good book. I'm gonna have to recommend you some good books to read since you ain't reading. Come on, you ain't reading. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, all I'm saying is this: what happens is the fact that you're evaluating her and you're interacting with her that way, right? You differentiate yourself from all the other goofies who are so enamored by her looks and all of this other shit, and is just kissing her ass, sucking her butt, and doing all this other stuff, right? Now, again, you're still attracted to her, but you're putting the looks to the fucking side. You're just like, okay, I'm gonna leave it here for a second. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what happens is that because this differentiates you, right? She's already seeing you different than all the other dudes that's, fawning over her and doing all this other shit, right? The fact that you are evaluating her and questioning her, right? It does a few things. One, it shows her that, okay, this guy is actually interested in me and who I am. And people love to talk about themselves. In the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, they talk about asking people questions and getting people to talk about themselves. People start to like you more when you get them to talk about themselves. You understand? So the chick is going to be feeling it in that capacity, right? Now, because you're not being, the type of guy like all these other goofy ass motherfuckers, right? What happens is that usually she'll start to like you more, be interested in you more, be like, okay, this guy's kind of different. Let me see what was popping with this motherfucker, right? Now, from this point, you move on to step 7. Okay, let's get to step 6, sorry. So that's step 5, get to step 6. So step 6 is test her to see if she's cooperative and compliant, all right? Test her to see if she's cooperative and compliant. Right? Now, this is when you really see if the chick is actually has some sort of interest in you and likes you in a sort of way. Right? So you're talking to her, you're evaluating this chick, you're asking her questions, you're doing all this other shit, right? Now, what you want to do is you want to test her to see if she's cooperative and compliant. So let's say you're at a bar, at a club, at an event or whatever. And let's say you're talking to this girl, you're evaluating her, you're interacting with her, all this other stuff. And you say to her, hey, listen, follow me outside real quick. I want to talk to you outside because it's a little noisy in here. I don't like the noise up in here. And she's like, okay. And she gets up and you grab her hand and she walks with you outside, right? That's showing that she's cooperative, showing she's compliant, right? Also, you can, tell her to do something, right? So, I remember I was at a event once and I was talking to this girl or whatever. And, we flirting, doing all that other shit or whatever it is like that. And I said to her, we talking for maybe like like a good like half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever it is like that, right? So we're sitting on the couch and we're like, you know, like a few feet away from the bar. So I was chewing some gum and I said to her, I said, hey, listen, go over to the bar and get one of those, because on the bar they have like the little napkins. I said, listen, go over to the bar and get me a napkin so I can put this gum in the napkin. I don't feel like chewing this anymore. So she gets up, walks over to the bar and fucking, gets the napkin, comes back over and gives it to me. Right? So then right after that, we talking for another few minutes. I said, hey, listen, let's go into this other room. I'm not really feeling this vibe over here. I want to, sit in this spot. This spot looks more comfortable. She gets up. She's like, okay, I grab her by her hand. We move into the other room. You understand? And so, so then after that, I'm talking to her a little bit more. And I say, yo, and I'm just telling this chick to do mad shit. I was like, yo, listen, I was like, I'm kind of thirsty actually right now. And then, so there was another bar in that other room. So it was a few feet away. I said, listen, I gave her my card. I said, listen, take this, go up there, and I want you to get me this drink. So she goes over there and gets me the drink, right? So, and I said, leave the card with the guy. So she goes over there, leaves the card with the guy, gets the drink, comes back. And then so I said to her, I said, yo, you want something to drink? Right. So now I'm giving her a drink because I've seen that she's been cooperative and compliant the whole goddamn night. And I can tell she's feeling me. So I said, yo, and we've been talking for like, at this point, like 45 minutes. So I said, you want something to drink? She was like, oh yeah, that would be nice. And I said, go back over there and get yourself a drink. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just telling this girl to do shit the whole fucking time. You understand what I'm saying? And so what you got to understand is that when you're telling a woman to do something and she's listening and she's doing it, right? That is a sign of interest. You understand? That's a sign of interest. So that's the type of shit that you got to understand that will happen when, a chick is feeling you. Now, the reason why I'm saying for you to do these things is once you're evaluating her and questioning her and then testing her to see that she's compliant, what it is that it's about you understanding that your game is working. But see, your game is working because from the top of the list, remember, I said you thinking and believing you're the type of guy women want, right? You understand that her being attractive is all in your mind, which means that based off of how you think is how you act. So because it's all in your mind, you're not going to act all crazy and goofy and all enamored because you're like, well, yeah, she's cute, but whatever, right? Then you're going to understand that your confidence is correlated to you pulling the women. So you are being that confident guy when you're out there talking to the women, right? And when you're talking to the women, you're evaluating them, which separates you from most other guys who's just gawking about her beauty and all this other shit, right? And then at that point, she's either really feeling you from just the jump or she's starting to warm up to you. And then when you start to test her compliance and test her cooperation, that's showing that she has interest in you. Now, the last thing you got to do, number 7, is this. Real simple. Close the motherfucking deal. Close the deal. That's it. See, now you're closing the deal under the premise of recognizing that this girl is actually interested in you. You see what I'm saying? You're closing the deal, recognizing that this girl is interested in you. You see what I'm saying? And so closing the deal means either you trying to smash that night. You understand? You could probably smash that night, or you got to understand, or let's say, for example, for logistical reasons, it's not feasible for you to for you to smash that night. You just say, hey, listen, I'm going to give you my number and I'm going to need you to call me later tonight and we're going to set something up for tomorrow, whatever the fuck it is, right? But you're closing the deal. You're either smashing or you're setting it up for things to go down. Now, what you've essentially done, guys, and I want you guys to understand this, right? What you've done is that it's not really about the woman. All you've done is changed your mindset and became a more attractive guy. That's it. That's it. You changed your mindset And you've become a more attractive guy, which makes the woman respond to you differently. Because before, your mindset was, oh, I'm this guy who's a loser and I can't get these hot girls because these hot girls only want Chad and Tyrone. You changed it from that to, I'm the type of guy that can get these women that I want, and them being hot don't mean shit, and I'm confident enough to approach them and make shit happen. You understand? It was never about the woman, because the woman's behavior is not predicated on her looks. A lot of guys think that. They're like, well, if she's a dime, she's harder to get. But what the fuck is a dime? What is a dime? All it is your opinion. It's in your mind. This is what I'm saying. And this is what guys have to understand. So understand that when it comes to you being able to pull these chicks, these baddies, these hot girls, and all this other stuff, understand that it starts with you and it ends with you. Shout out to EO. He talked about it begins and ends with the man. You understand? So you're the one. And again, that's why I said for the next 6 months, bad chicks, hot girls, try that out if you dare. I know a lot of dudes ain't gonna want to fucking do it. You understand what I'm saying? I already know. But guys, let's take some questions. Let's take some calls. If you guys want to call up, call the number is 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. So let's get to 513. What's popping? Who's this?
What is up, Locario? How you doing? This is Crislin Jackson from Cincinnati. Hooday, hooday, and a hooday.
What up? What up, bro? What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Did you donate?
Yeah, man.
Hold on. What's going on?
Not much. I just want to address y'all haters. You know, I was listening to yesterday's show, and you were saying there's a lot of cats out there that say, quote unquote, you're a scam artist. And they were saying that they didn't want to have to deal with rejection, right?
Right.
And you know what? I'm actually on the Bad Boy membership. There's actually a program that you actually talk about how to reduce your rejection.
Right.
If they just get on the Bad Boy membership, they would actually know that.
Exactly. But you know, that's what happens. Like, see, a lot of guys, unfortunately, are very ignorant to the game. So they think they're you know, and it's funny because it's from it's a lot of arrogance with it. You understand? Because they think they know shit, but they don't really know shit. They have no idea about the things they don't know. You understand what I'm saying? It's insane. It's insane. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And yeah. I was actually listening to that program, and all the steps you said make absolutely sense. If they basically follow those steps, they're not going to get rejected.
Right.
Now, just like you said on that program, now they're still going to have to deal with that, but not a lot of it.
Right. But that's what they see. I got a program on that, and I also got a program on flaking, where guys be always so upset about flaking, and I'm like, well, there's ways to reduce that type of shit. That, you know, part of the situation that's in your control. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys don't realize. See, this is the funny part, right? A lot of guys don't realize the role they play in the responses they get from women. So if you're the type of guy, because look, I always tell guys, approach women, right? Talk to girls, make shit happen, right? The tighter your game is, the tighter your mouthpiece is, the more comfortable you are talking to women, the more you do talk to women, the more responses you're going to get that are going to go your way, right? Now, if you're the type of guy who's insecure, doesn't know what to say, doesn't know what to do, of course, when you approach women, you're going to get a constant rejection all the goddamn time, all, you know, on a consistent basis, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing where it's like, you're always going to get rejected. You're always going to get flaked on. But what it is that you'll get more positive responses and actually more beneficial situations when it comes to you getting things going if you know what you're doing. That's what I just try to explain to people, but they don't want to hear that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that basically rolls into myself. Listen,
Right.
I've gone on multiple dates because of y'all. Thanks to your Bat Boy membership and coaching. It's because of y'all. But one thing I have learned to keep on doing it, and that's the main thing. Is one thing I noticed, even though you guys talk about consistency over and over again.
Right.
And just like you said, in these actual steps, you actually got to be consistent with this stuff.
Right. Right. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I mean?
And I want to say this is that it's not because it's because of you. You're the one who did it. So that's why you actually got the success. Like, myself, Miles, EO, K Zagan, 1950, Steve, we just give the information. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to take the information and do it. That's why I was saying earlier, all the stuff that I said in this video, it's not going to do nothing for nobody unless they actually take the information and do it. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So once you do it, that's when you're going to actually see the results. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree. I totally agree that you guys put out the information and all we have to do is apply that information. But once again, that all goes back to what you said. That all goes back to you. That all goes back to, okay, am I going to listen to these guys or am I not?
Right.
And if I get the knowledge, am I basically going to call BS? You know what I mean?
Right. That's it. And the thing is this, bro.
And it seems that way, though.
All dudes got to do is fucking do the shit and actually like stick with it. Like that's all it is. Like guys, see, I try to tell guys this, man. It's better for you to do the shit and then not get nothing going on, because then at least you can say, man, well, I tried this out and this didn't work for me. So then what you can come to me and say is, yo, Locario, I did this, and that, and then I didn't get these results. So now that I know that you did this, and that, I can say, oh, okay, cool. Well, because this didn't work for you, we could try this out. And then, or you can say, oh, it didn't work because or you can say, I did this and I can tell you why it didn't work for you. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to know the mistakes you're making unless you go and do it and make the mistake. You know what I'm saying? So that you can learn from the mistake and actually get better. That's the thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally agree with you about making the mistakes. You know what I mean? Just to give you an example, like I screwed up last week. What I did was I mismanaged 2 dates. So basically what happened was I brought 2 of the women there at the actually same time. I know that was terrible. Wait,
so you hold on. So you were supposed to you went on a date, but you told both of them to meet you at the same time at the same place?
Well, okay. What happened was I was actually out of town, and I was supposed to meet somebody at this Pacific bar at 8:30, right?
Right.
All right. So now what happened was my goofy self didn't get there till like 9 something, like 9:10 or whatever, right? So I'm thinking that she's there. So I basically call her and
wait, hold on. So hold on. So you didn't you were supposed to meet someone at 8:30 and you didn't get there till 10?
No, 9. No, probably about 9:10, roughly.
Not, you said 9:10, like 9, like 10 minutes after 9.
9. So about I want to say about 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Oh my God. Right?
So
and did you text her and call her and say, hold on, did you text her or call her and say, yo, I'm running late, but I'm on my way? You ain't doing none of that shit?
Yes, I did. I actually called her when I got there. No response, right?
Right.
So I waited there for about 2 minutes, called somebody else. Now, she didn't have a car, so I had to literally pick her up, right? So on my way out, I'm basically walking to my car. This girl calls me talking about sorry and all that stuff. And I basically told her, hey, meet me there, but listen, you're gonna have to pay for everything. You know, you're gonna have to pay for drinks because you know what? You was late. That's why. So it's like, all right, cool. So I basically go back to my car. I'm getting this other girl. I don't have a clue what time this girl is basically coming, right? I have no clue. So I get to this girl's spot. I pick her up. So my quote unquote 8:30 girl calls me and says, "Yo, I'm here." I'm like, crap.
So damn. So wait. So what was the original time you supposed to have the date with each of them though?
Well, the 8:30 girl was supposed to be at 8:30, and the other girl was supposed to be at like 9:30.
Damn,
right?
That's cutting it close, bro. You like, damn, bro. Like you having a quick 20-minute talk.
I'm in my own city too. Yeah.
Nigga, you gotta spread that out, bro.
I'm not in my own city.
You gotta spread it out. But see, this is what I'm saying. Hold on, I gotta hit you with the music. I gotta hit you with the horns. They saying.
Go ahead.
But this is exactly what I was talking about though. You see, the fact that you're out there doing shit and you can come back with a actual situation, and then that can improve your game based off of us talking about this situation. Because it's like, okay, for next time, if you're gonna do 2 dates in a night, set it apart, at least 2.5 hours away. You understand, between each date or some shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and both of them. Well, the girl, my 8:30 girl came, and she saw the other girl. Then, oh God, but I know you're gonna hit the button on this. I had them basically sit right next to me. I had one girl off to the left, one girl off to the right. It was, man, that was brutal.
And so what happened? So you on a date with both of them at the same time, chilling. What was going on? How was they acting, or what was the vibe?
Okay, so the girl off to my left, I basically take her out of the bar because it's connected to a hotel, right? And I talked to her, said, "Yo, listen, I apologize. This happened." And she's basically going off on me at this point. She's just livid. She's just.
And then what the other girl's doing?
So okay, I took her back, and she's basically crying in the car and all this stuff.
She's crying in the car.
This is happening. This is yes.
Damn, bro, you a savage, nigga. You got these girls yelling and crying. Oh man, they gonna call you later. You know that they now they in love and shit. You understand? Because they like this nigga. He got chicks out the ass and he's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's crazy. So wait, what happened after this? Did you hit him up after this? Did you try to see what's popping, or did they hit you up? Like,
nah.
So it's a wrap. It's over.
Nothing. Yeah. Because like the other girl that I picked up, I was super feeling her, but the other chick, my quote unquote 8:30 chick, it was the fact that she flaked, kind of.
Right.
I guess you want to call it that.
Right. But damn, but see,
I basically bought her back.
But see, look, this is the thing, man. You know why I love it though? Because at least you're able to get women, go on dates, do what you got to do. You just got to tighten up your shit so you don't have these type of situations happening. Because you gotta learn some more time management and getting this shit cracking. You know what I'm saying? But again, I like the fact that you're out there doing shit, because at least you're doing shit so that you can have these type of experience so that you can learn and get better at it. You feel what I'm saying? But yo, man, I appreciate the call, bro. I got to get a few more of these before I head up out of here, man. I'm going to holler at you, man. All right. So let's go to 719. 719, what's popping? Who this?
What's good? It's Greg from Denver. I donated.
Appreciate it, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, man. So I took that advice that you was telling me about going in a little bit more, you know, when I'm setting up things with women.
Right.
And so this is what happened. Let me see if I could get kind of to the point. So anyways, like the dialogue was this. I was on Tinder and it was a chick, and we had plans for Sunday. So she was with it. So I went in, and I started cooking a little bit. Like, all right, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the bar. And then after that, we can see how the vibe goes. And then from there, you can come over. And, I started spitting real saucy to her or whatever.
Right.
So then she said, wait a minute. I'm not looking for sex. So then, like from there, basically what happened was he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm the wrong girl for you, and this and that." So my question is, did I save time by being direct about what I wanted to do like that, or did she just not feel my approach and probably would have showed up if I hadn't, gassed it like that?
Oh hell yeah, you saved time. But let me give you let me give you a little bit more finessing you could do. This is what I would say. This is what I always say with the online shit, right? This is how you do it with the online things to make it a little bit more, feasible. Because you was doing all this through text, right?
Yeah.
So this is the thing. This is what you do online. When you want to get a chick to when you want to make plans with her in order to get sex popping, you want to get her on FaceTime. You understand what I'm saying? Either FaceTime or a phone call, but you want it, but it has to be y'all talking to each other, not just texting. And what it is that women are more likely to, because some girls, they'll just off the text, just set it up and be cool with it. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want you to get the wrong idea you can't. But what I'm saying is that it's a smoother transition through a phone call or FaceTime, because what happens is that now you have to play with your tone of voice, all this other stuff. You're able to see her. If you're on the FaceTime, you could flirt with her a little bit more. And that will entice the woman sometimes to make a decision of saying, yeah, I want to make this shit happen. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times when I was able to get chicks offline and just go straight to their place or whatever it was, or have them come meet me or wherever I want to go and smash, was I would get them on a FaceTime or a phone call so that I can say everything you just said, but just on the call. You see what I'm saying? So usually what happens is, and this is the thing, usually on dating apps, what'll happen is if the girl wants to fuck you, you understand? If she's like interested in like really getting it popping, usually she'll bring it up on the app. You see what I'm saying? Meaning that when y'all match, you feel what I'm saying? Usually what'll happen is you might say, hey, what's like for example, I was on the app once and I said to this girl, I said, hey, what's up? Let's get together and get some drinks on Friday. And so she said, how about we skip the drinks and you just come back to my place? You understand what I'm saying? So like usually they'll bring it up if they're really, really about it like that. You understand what I'm saying? On the app. Now, again, you can still bring it up on the app and still get shit popping with a girl on the app. I'm just saying that most likely 9 times out of 10, it's easier to do it on FaceTime or on a phone call. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
And what I noticed too is like the girls that's really with it or whatever, they'll set it up so that it's logistically easy for you. Because I've had girls that, come visit from out of town and they're like, yeah, well, my roommates in my company are out of the house right now.
Right.
So if you swing by in an hour and a half, we can make it go down.
Exactly. Now that's real talk.
Yeah.
That's real talk. So what I'll suggest is when you on the app and let's say you want to, set it up that way, you say, hey, listen, when are you free to talk on FaceTime? And she'll be like, oh, I'm free right now. I'm free later tonight or whatever. And then when you get them on the FaceTime, I'll say try to do FaceTime first. If you can't do FaceTime, just phone call. But try to get on FaceTime. Once you get on FaceTime, then you see what I'm saying? Set all that shit up. Because you're going to get way more responses of the girls wanting to make it happen than not. Because understand the FaceTime is like a date. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're face to face, you're talking, she's seeing you in real time. It's a different energy. You see what I'm saying? And what'll happen is that most likely if she's, feeling your vibe, she's like, okay, yeah, I'll come through and we could do that. You feel what I'm saying? Her mind is a totally different thing versus just through text. You feel what I'm saying? Because through text.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I was going to say, I had another broad that I matched with on Tinder and she was with it. I actually did the same formula and she was with it. She was like, yeah, I get off of work at 9 or whatever, but here's the thing. She backed out last minute. She was like, oh, well, work is taking too long. So maybe next week. So at that point I knew it was a wrap. So I just kind of left it on red. Like, nah, it ain't going down.
Right. No,
my thing is, do you think that it could have been that because I didn't FaceTime her, she got scared and just kind of backed out?
Nah, that is either way. See what it is this. The same thing that's happening with you just like setting up a date and going, trying to holler at a chick or whatever, is the same thing that's going to happen with this. Meaning you're still going to have women who are going to back out, who are going to flake, or who are going to do all that type of shit. Like that's still going to happen. It's not like that's not going to occur. What it is though is that you're saving time and energy by sifting through the women who actually want to get down all the way, because you're letting them know you want to get down all the way. Just like the girl that she was like, oh, well, I'm just not like that. And I'm not looking for sex and blah, 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 blah. Right. So you've already went through that to know that you ain't got to waste time with her. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, you'll get a little bit more of women who will be, because this is the thing. There's women who's about it from the jump, which is the ones that'll let you know on the app and they'll try to holler at you before you even holler at them. Or even if you do holler at them on an app like that, they like, cool, I'm down with it, because they was already down, period. Then you have the women where you're gonna FaceTime them. They weren't really thinking necessarily about hooking up with you, but now that you presented it on the FaceTime and they're interacting with you and they're like, oh, I like the way he talk. I like his voice. I like the energy, the vibe. I like the way his lips look when it moves. Oh, they're going to think about all of that shit. And when you say, listen, yeah, we're going to go get a drink. And then after that, you're going to come back to my place. How that sound? And she was like, oh yeah, I'm down. You feel what I'm saying? Because what happens is those are the women who weren't really necessarily thinking about it, but you took them to the next level by being able to be in that type of interaction with them. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the woman who told you, oh, I'm not looking for sex, she might have been looking for sex if y'all was on a FaceTime. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Like in some cases that would have changed her mind. That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. You see what I mean?
Or she was just probably looking for some attention. Like, you know how women will be like, well, let's see where it goes. And she was never going to have sex and it was just going to be a waste of time anyway.
That too. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But all being direct and going all the way is that it just narrows down the chicks who really about it. That's all it is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
so
man.
I'm in the right direction. I just need to keep cooking the way that I'm doing.
Exactly. Because then I'm telling you, you're gonna run into them chicks that's about it, and it's gonna be like nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha. All right. Well, I appreciate that.
All right, my brother. Appreciate the call, man. I'm a holla. Peace. All right. So let's go to 808. 808. What's going on? Yo.
What's up, Mr. Locario? This is Jay from Hawaii.
What up, bro? What's going on, my brother? Did you donate?
Yes, sir. You already know. On the fast numbers.
Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button. What's going on?
and we need to get you out here to Hawaii.
That's what's up. I need a. I don't know. I ain't got that jab, so I don't know. I might not be able to get there. But go ahead. Let's go with you.
All you gotta do is believe. But I just. First thing I wanted to do is, I wanted to co-sign on the stuff like the Bad Boy membership works. A lot of this stuff that you see online is just like Sam's Club samplers in comparison to what you actually get on the Bad Boy membership.
That's exactly.
Example was last night. So I drive ride share or whatever. I met this guy. He invited me out. So I had two chicks. So I go over there, I'm, chilling, just talking to him, whatever, just being easy, just kind of being kind of low key. Then I invite him out to the after hours where I'm a little bit more comfortable. And so I was in my element. And this guy, like, he really was into this one girl, but he kept staying on her all night, like wouldn't leave her side, was kind of being a little bit boring. And I was just being me, talking to everybody. Right. So that's where I knew people. Just flirting with everybody, talking shit. This man started catching feelings, asked me, yo, is good? And I'm like, bro, like, it's not even like that. I already told you I was going to jump on the grenade, whatever, just chill out, open up. I told him to open up a little bit more, gave him a little bit of advice that you give. By the end of the night, this girl was all on my dick.
Right.
Talking about how, homeboy is so clingy. Like, she was literally, her and a little friend was literally telling me he was so clingy because he wouldn't leave us alone or whatever. And all I was just doing was being me. Right. Being the way that, you allow yourself to be when you're not really like, sweating this shit. Right. So, Bad Boy membership works. Like, I've gotten laid off it a bunch of times. And I'm in Hawaii, so you definitely need to be in a place where you can practice and the numbers game is true. Because girls are fickle and they're flighty. Even at the end of the night, I gave him my number. They might not even hit me back. But guess what? We're in Hawaii. There's so many girls.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what membership works.
That's what I'm talking about.
And one more thing I got to mention: if you're not giving them compliance tests, they're going to give you compliance tests. That girls, all the girls are trying to give me compliance tests all night. The first one, you already know, it's a classic. Buy me a drink.
Right, exactly.
But but they do silly stuff like one last story, and I'm gonna let you go. So I'm in there in the little, karaoke room. Everybody like 10 of us in there, and so I start talking to the main two chicks that came in there with. Because this old boy had left by then because he had to go to work. He just couldn't hang.
Right.
So I'm in there and I'm talking to a different chick. She was nearly as bad as the other two, and she asked me to take one of her glasses of alcohol and put it in a water cup.
Oh, wow.
Like the silliest shit in the world. Like, hey, I need you to put this drink in this water cup. I'm like, really? Is that literally all you got? If you do not compliance test you, they're gonna compliance test. If you don't test them, they're gonna test you. Basically. That's all I got to say.
Right. Nah, that's some real shit. And, and then if a chick try to do that shit, you be looking at her like, fuck out of here. I ain't doing none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Give her one of these.
Fuck out of here!
You tell her with that bullshit.
Fuck out of here!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like she's not gonna slap you in the face if you just tell her no.
Right.
You don't even gotta explain why. You just tell her no.
Right.
And
exactly.
they already know because they're trying to run game on you anyway too. So whatever.
Right.
And one last thing. Just pull. Just close the deal. Like I wasn't really trying to close the deal where I'm because there was another girl that I really was more into than the ones I came with.
Right.
Not, but that's another story. But even if I had wanted the other two that I came with, all I had to do was just tell them, hey, look, come back to the spot. I got a bottle. I got some other stuff. Let's do the thing. Don't sit over here like taking forever and going to the end of the night. Or, just wasting your time.
And that's what a lot of dudes do. They be like taking forever to try to actually pull a chick out the spot and do all this other stuff. And I'm like, bro, you're wasting mad time because you gotta see, guys have to really like not waste time with the chick because you want to see, does the girl is she about fucking with you? And so you could wait all night, pussyfooting and shit, and then you finally try to make something happen, and she's like, "Oh no, this and no that," and you're like, "You could have found that out an hour ago." You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, dudes gotta chill on that fucking like beating around the bush type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, I appreciate the call, my brother. I'ma holler at you. Let's go to 240. 240. What's going on? Who's this?
What up, nephew, Mr. Locario?
What up? What's going on? What's popping with you? Did you donate?
Of course we donate.
What's up? So what's good with you?
Dime, nickels, and quarters.
What's good?
We donated, brother.
What's up?
Yeah, a couple of things I want to say. First of all, about arrogance. You could take this too, right? In your next one. I heard the best definition of arrogance. You mentioned arrogance is when your self-assessment outweighs your net worth. That's arrogant.
So when your self-assessment outweighs your net worth, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like not money, but just who you are, who you think you are.
Right.
That was the best. That was the best definition of arrogance. So that was one thing I learned long after Grant Cardone. When somebody called and said that, that shit is hot. So I want to ask you this, man. Couple of things. So I'm the older cat, I'm the alumnus, but one of the things, pulling these baddies, as these young boys want to call them baddies. I would look at it. Yeah, she got a fat ass. That's it. That's it.
Right.
Fat ass. Is there a difference? I'm quite sure the age is different, but how would I manage, if you want to call it manage, a 30-ish versus a mid 40-ish? Because they're different goals, different outlooks, different things, and I found myself getting caught up in like the 30 is trying to take me, and I'm like, nah, it's not about that. But the older ones, the 40-ish, up, they're like, okay, so what are you going to do? What are we going to do? I'm like, whoa, we? No.
Well, this is the thing. This is the issue, though. This is the issue. Hold on, this issue. The management comes from you, though. Because if I go into Target and I say, yo, I wanna work here and let me get an application, right? I don't go up into Target and tell Target what Target needs to do. They need to tell me what I need to do. So the fact that you are dealing with these women and they're telling you what to do, and you're even contemplating, oh, well, she's saying this. It don't matter what she say. It's about, yo, what do I want to do? And are you doing the things I want to do? If you're doing the things I want to do, then we can rock together. If you don't want to do the things I want to do, then you could get the fuck on. It don't matter if she's 30, 40, 20, it don't matter. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, I see people talking about net worth. It's not talking about net worth as far as money, y'all. It's talking about net worth as part of who you are. So chat room dogs, that's what I'm talking about. Who you are. If you talk shit and you can't back it up, that's your net worth.
Right, but see, that's the thing. When you say net worth, niggas, they're gonna think about money first. They're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta be clear. You gotta be clear about what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's that surface level shit. I ain't talking about money, y'all. I'm talking about who you are, net worth. Who are you worth to yourself? And that's what I'm talking about. So these guys are like, money. It's not about money. It's about who you are. That is the money. That's that's
the thing. You gotta tell these women who you are so they know that they gotta, get with it. You feel what I'm saying? And if they ain't getting with it, then you just tell them, they gotta get the fuck out of here. You feel what I'm saying? But I appreciate the call, my brother. Let's go to 336. 336. What's popping? Who this?
Yo, what's up, Locario?
What up, my brother? Did you donate?
Yeah, of course, man.
That's what's up. So what's going on?
Oh, well, okay. First of all, my English is a little bit fucked up. I'm from Paris, I'm from France.
All right, cool. What's good? What's good?
I want to ask you, man. On a dating app, me, for example, in France, like people from the project, from the ghetto, we are Muslim, most of us, and women from my background, like Moroccan, from Morocco, from Africa, from Algeria, they tend to like we have. Me, I like women from my country, like women from North Africa, and they tend to play games like they want to bring religion in the game, like. I'm Muslim, so I cannot have sex the first night and all that bullshit, So they play this game. It's hard to bring to have sex with her or it's hard to.
And wait, hold on. Let me wait. So you live where?
I live in France, in Paris.
So you live in France and you can't find chicks that want to fuck? That's like what I'm saying?
No, I can't find chicks. I can't find chicks. But the chicks from my background, like in the ghetto in France, like I'm from the project,
Okay, so wait, so you want to get with girls from the projects?
Yeah, because I'm from there, but I like the girl from my country. Me, I was born and raised in France, but my parents is from Morocco.
So you want to get with the girls from the French projects. That's what you're trying to get at.
Yeah, like me. So the woman from Morocco, like me, But
you're saying that those girls are you saying those girls are religious and they're saying that they don't want to have sex?
Nah, yeah, because we are Muslim, most of us.
Oh, okay. They
bring the religion before anything. Like, come on, I cannot fuck with you at the first night. I cannot go at your home on the first night. It's not good. I'm not that kind of woman. You understand?
Right. Well then, bro, then you're gonna have to mess with some other women, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to expand your reach. You know what I'm saying? Because if they're not trying to fuck, then
I know, but
there ain't nothing you could do about that.
Those women I got you, man. But those women are they are the most beautiful in our country, So they are very hot women. They charming. They have So I want this kind of woman that.
So you okay? Let me ask you a question. So you never was attracted to a woman who's not from the projects and who's not Muslim?
I've been, yes, but I mean, it's most of them are white women, white, but it's not my type really, you know. I prefer the woman from my background, like
right. Well, if they Muslim and they're Muslim women who saying, you know, and they mostly saying they ain't trying to do that, and that's just what it is, then you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you find a Muslim chick who's just like fuck it and about it, then you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to find some other women. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, you gotta understand that, you know, different religions, different cultures, and all that other shit. They're gonna have their own rules and how they do things, and some people are conditioned to, you know, to respond that way. Meaning, like, she's so conditioned to say, well, I can't really fuck with you like that. You gotta wife me up, or we gotta do this. You understand? So you gotta understand that that's the situation over there. So if you want to hook up with girls quickly, you're gonna probably have to fuck with some other types of women. You see what I'm saying?
I got you, man. Yeah, I understand, but I know that those women fuck on the first night with other men, like non-Muslim men, black Christian men, or white men. But when they meet a man like me, like the same background, who are Muslim, you know, they try to play game like I'm not this kind of woman. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, then that's what I'm saying. You gotta find the type of woman, right, who's from that background, who wants to give it to you like how they give it to other guys. That's all you can do. It's the same thing of any other situation. If the women is looking at you a certain way, it's just like, for example, like you know, a woman might meet like another guy. She might meet a guy from another like culture or some shit, right? And she'll give him the buns quickly because let's say she's from another place and she goes to America. She's like, oh, I want to fuck an American. And she'll fuck that American. But then when she go back to her country, the guy is in her country. She's going to be like, oh, well, I got to wait and blah, blah, blah. She's going to say that to them because that's how she views them. Right. So that's what I'm saying, where if you're in that situation, you're going to have to work harder to find women who are like that, who don't view you as the type of guy they're going to make wait. You see what I'm saying? But if you keep running into that, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, you know, well, she's like, oh, you're Muslim, I'm Muslim, so this is how it got to be. Then you're going to have, this is where you got to either step up your seduction game or you're going to have to just fuck with other women. You understand? That's the only two options you got. The only two options.
Yeah. You
see what I'm saying?
I want to cry. Yeah, I got you, man. But I want to clarify something. I mean, I'm not a good Muslim, you know. I mean, I don't want to bring a bad look on Islam, you know. I'm not. I mean, it's my background. I grew up in this, but I mean, I'm not a really practical Muslim like many of these women. But I mean, it's like in their. I mean, like in their. It's.
But it doesn't matter though. That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter if you're dealing with these girls and they view you that way, right? It just is what it is, because if she views you that way and then she feels, hey, this is how I'm gonna come at him, that's how she's gonna come at you. So what happens is that there's something that you might need to switch up. So when you meet those types of women, then you can come at them a different way to where they say, okay, well, even though he's Muslim and I'm interested, I'm gonna just do it. You understand what I'm saying? Even though I usually wouldn't do it. You see what I'm saying? But that's all on you. You just gonna have to find the type of chicks that want to make that happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you got to put in that work and just find the ones that see you as the type of guy they want to fuck with quickly. That's really the main thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Locario, I have another question.
All right, real quick, go ahead.
Can I ask you?
Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
Like, if you fucked up before with a woman, if you come back, you improve your game, you have a little bit more game, you understand some stuff. Can you come back, try to get back at her, and try to do something? Or it's over. You just have to move on and forget about this. Forget about this
Well,
girl,
the question would be why you want to get back with her?
To be honest with you, man, she was very hot. Like
she was hot. That's why.
We have some good time.
Is this your girlfriend?
No, it was not. But I have good time with her. She has a hot body. She good sex with her. It's been now 1 month. To be honest with you, she dumped me. I did some mistakes.
How she dump you if y'all weren't boyfriend and girlfriend? How she dump you? How she gonna dump you if that was never your girlfriend?
No, dump. I don't know. It's a good word.
She just stopped talking to you.
She lost.
How many times you had sex with her? How many times you had sex with
her? Three times.
Okay, and how long you say y'all was seeing each other for a month?
No, I seen her for like 3 months.
Okay,
it's been a month that she ghosted me, basically. All
right, so then
I start to learn game, and now I feel better about myself. So I want to try again.
So why don't you try again with another woman? Why are you so invested with this woman?
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, she was the hottest woman I met, and the sex was really good. So that's why.
so there's no other women in France that's as hot as her. Is that what you're saying?
No, there is a lot, man. There is a lot, to be honest. But I don't know. Maybe I got some feelings with her.
No, you ain't catch no feelings. You ain't catch no feelings. You just excited because she is the hottest girl you ever been with. That's why you acting that way. You could go get another woman who's hotter than her tomorrow. Fuck that. Like, don't be wasting time trying to get this chick back. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why she ghosted you. She ain't feeling you. You feel what I'm saying? It's something that happened that made her not want to fuck with you no more. So just go to another chick. That's it.
Yeah, right.
You feel what I'm saying? Go to another woman. You'll be fine. All right.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
I got it.
All right, peace.
Okay.
Man, y'all be having the super scarcity mindset, guys. God damn. Y'all be like, oh, I want to get back with her. She was the hottest girl ever. If a chick is the hottest girl ever, you should dump her. Like, meaning if that's how you feel, like, oh my God, she's the hottest girl ever. Oh my God, she's the great. Dump her ass immediately. As soon as you start feeling those feelings, dump her. You know what I'm saying? Like, just call it a day. Like, stop talking to her or call her up and be like, listen, we can't see each other no more. She'll be like, why not? You're the hottest girl I've ever been with. I'm good. I'm not ready to fuck with you. That's why. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm going to act like a needy bitch dealing with you. So let's just end this now. You see what I'm saying? Like dump her ass. You understand what I'm saying? I think Eddie Fuse talked about that once where he said he dumped this chick, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or stopped fucking with this girl because he kept thinking about her too much. And he said he was losing focus on his work. So he had to let her go. So I'm saying you gotta get rid of her. You understand? It's crazy. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm about to wrap it up real quick. So tomorrow, guys, Real Game No Theory at noon. Make sure you guys check that out. And also we got a new YouTube page that we're working on, where all of us, myself, Steve, EO, Miles, K Zaggin, 1950, where we're gonna put like a lot of our game on this one page. So we'll let you guys know what it is, so you guys can subscribe to that channel once everything is up and going, and we'll get that shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will holler at y'all. My dude, Top Hanks in the building. What's going on, fam? That's family right there. You say you had me at Baddies. Hilarious. Oh, man. Shout out to you, man. Oh, my goodness. But yo, man, appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will holler at y'all guys later. And remember, people, remember that the truth is inside you. I'm out of here. Peace. Later.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.